Good morning. Welcome, Ronnie. We've got Ron Whittle here, all the way from Paarl, South Africa.
Good morning, everyone. We have round 2 just about to start. They are busy with their trial ends. Just to give you an update of the results, in the first round, we will start with the men. Ferro won his game against Jason Knott 21-5. Bruce Miller lost his game to Dumasani 21-20. Pierre Kutzer beat Simon Shaw 21-13. In the other section, we had Dieter beating Hans van der Walt 21-14. And Paul Eckerman beating Dylan Skuman 21-6. And then Gerard Waldeck winning his game 21-19 against Kieran Dacey. In the ladies section, we had Amelia Peterson losing 21-8 in our first stream game against Mari. Cassidy Martin winning 21-13 against Julie Walker. And then Charmaine van der Westhuizen winning 21-14 against Elise. In the other section, we had Leonie Booth winning 21-18 against Steffi Podmore. And then M. Coulter losing 21-15 against E. Herbst. R. Hemmel won her game 21-18 against Alida Munich.
Right, this morning's game we've got Julie Walker from Southbroom playing against Charmaine van der Westhuizen from the Bell. Should be quite an exciting game, Tim.
I think so. Charmaine's obviously another bowler that we've known for a long time. She's been a mainstay in one of the district sides through plenty of years. I believe you mentioned earlier that she's come from Port Natal back in the day. And then we've got Julie, who's obviously Shane said from Southbroom. I don't think she participates really in the districts, but she's been a mainstay in the Southbroom League sides for plenty of years, and she generally does quite well with her husband in the mixed pairs for KBA comps.
Yeah, I think she's out of the novice stage now. She's been playing for 5 or 6 years. Never really played inter-provincial level. I think she's more of a got her hands full at the club at Southbroom. She's involved with the coaching. Her and Eileen Bird do a lot of the coaching with development. That club has really taken off in a big way with all the hard work that their committee does. Julian Cleve and all the other committee members. I believe they're up to, I think, 120 members strong, if I'm not mistaken. Got Miss Eileen Bird here. Eileen, how many members you got at Southbroom? 150, so I was wrong. 150 members. They are really doing well. Only hearing good things about Southbroom. Lovely venue, of course. The greens are always kept in a good condition. Elliot from Southbroom works hard, him and his son. So if you're around the Southbroom area in the holidays, feel free to pop in there, have a beer, and I guarantee you the greens will be good.
Yeah, lovely little club. It's got one great green. Obviously, it must be difficult for them with competitions and that to fit everybody in with those type of numbers.
I believe they play bowls every day of the week from a tabs point of view, and you need to get there early to get a game. It means all the good things that Southbroom are doing. I think a lot of the clubs should take a feather out of their cap and keep the game growing. Getting on to the game at hand here. Going to be interesting to see what hand the two of them settle on. I know you and I discussed it in detail in the last game. And I think with Emilia, that was her downfall, settling on the difficult hand and not switching across to the more steady bender. So let's see what they decide after the trial ends.
Yeah, we'll have a good look. I'm very surprised if they sit on the ditch hand like Emilia did. I think you'll see, like we saw in the last game, the more consistent hand will be the one away from the ditch, just for good drawing. Obviously, if you somehow find that other hand and you're dominating the game, you'll stick to it, but it's unlikely to work that way.
And again, we've got a situation where Julie's got the older Henselite Classics and Charmaine van der Westhuizen with the Aeros. So how will the different bowls react to the conditions and the surface?
We had a bit of a lull in the wind, and it's starting to pick up again at the start of this game, blowing right across the green from the far side to our ditch hand now.
Quite a big game next door with Cassidy playing against
Amelia.
Amelia obviously got beaten in the last game, so she needs to fight back. Cassidy won her game, so it's quite important to the scheme of the competition, and Amelia fighting back to get back into the comp, and Cassidy defending her winning streak.
Yeah, I think it'll be quite a tough match there. I think Amelia, like I said, old hand, so she'll more than likely bounce back. So the pressure will be on from the get-go. Then right next door to that, we've got Kieran Dacey versus Hans van der Walt. Both lost their first game, so someone there will be looking for a win to get themselves back into the tournament.
Yeah, you could never say. I mean, both from the bell, they should both know the greens. So it's going to be a good one. That, like you say, they're both fighting to get back into the competition. Hans van der Walt, one of the top leads in the district. But when it comes to four bowls, I sometimes find him puts himself under tremendous amounts of pressure, and then his nerves get the better of him. So hopefully he can settle early and play well.
Yeah, well, their rinks already got underway, and he looks like he's played a couple of good deliveries. But then this last one, he was a fraction heavy, and looks like he probably played Kieran in for the shot. Like you say, in this game, first ball is so important to do well. So first ball is so important, and then obviously second shot. But we'll see how they go along. Then right next door to that, we've got Mari, who won on our TV rink against the Lees. And after that is Nita versus Paul. Both won their first opening games. And then finally Dylan versus Gerard from Riverside.
Riverside clash between the two titans there. Youth versus age. The way the games are going, Gerard's going to be very difficult to beat for Dylan. Once again, in singles, you never know. He might just get his rhythm and give Gerard a hard time there.
Yeah, Dylan looks like he started well. He's holding 2 and just looks like he'll be a bit short of his last, but the pressure's already on Gerard to play a good one. Scratch that. Dylan is drawn for 3. Our TV rink is also now underway. Charmaine with the first ball, sitting about 1.5 meters behind Jack. So it looks like they're playing opposite hands. Charmaine's playing the one away from the rink, and Judy's playing the tricky ditch hand.
Looks like Charmaine's on a fair line here.
Yeah, she looks like she'll finish quite close. Her weight looks superb.
Yeah, good start from Charmaine.
Judy swapped straight away to the forehand. Looks to be well under it.
Yeah, she's under it. That's us, although that hand is really consistent, you're going to have to take grass. Howard Gibbons, our international umpire on duty today.
I'll say generally from my knowledge of these two ladies, they both like to be up and at the head. Nothing for short.
Yeah, I played against Julie in the Hibiscus trips not so long ago, and she's a very, very steady player. Like you say, not many short balls. She'll be up and at it. She'll be trying to move that white all the time. Very difficult to play against her because she's always in the area.
Charmaine is holding one. Julie just has
Jasmine to the off. Alright, so we're just testing the sound. Thank you, Jaz, for fixing that for us.
If she stays here, Shane will make her famous.
Alright, so it looks like just the one to Charmaine. Here comes the wind. There we go.
Okay, just some more technical difficulties with the wind and the mic, so we get cut off every now and then, so we apologize for that, but there's not much we can do. Yeah.
And opting for the beach hand.
Looks like she's not far away. Okay, sorry everybody, we slightly delayed on our pictures compared to, we'll just refresh it quickly and see if we can get it right.
Just falling short with the first ball.
Charmaine's opted to swap her hand, with Judy being maybe just in the way, a little bit in the eye. If you play the right line, you'd come well around that ball.
Judy just coming with a bit of weight, a bit too heavy.
Oh, Charmaine's back ball now is in the ditch, so no more back balls. He's just trying to draw another. Just coming, weight's pretty good, just a fraction wide.
Feel how the wind just decides to swirl, changing the conditions, making it that much more difficult, playing people's hats all over the show. Charmaine just taking a second to reset, retire her hand, she's setting ready on the mat.
She looks like she's on a pretty good road. Okay, it looks like it's probably 3 to Charmaine. Mark is having a good look, but I don't think there's any measure there.
So Kingsley Martin's gone 2-0 up against Amelia.
2-2 next door with Hans and Kieran. Mari is 2 on Elise.
Good to see the crowds filtering in. It was very quiet here for the first game, but the crowds are filtering in and coming to support the players from around the district, all the various clubs participating.
Looks like Dieter is 2-0 up on Paul and Gerard's 3-2 on Dylan.
So we'd just like to welcome Andre Belge into the commentary box, one of our selectors. So we were just having a chat earlier. Looks like you've got quite strong players that you had to select from. Well done on the selection.
Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. No, it's not easy talk.
I'm sure, but so just tell us a bit more. The players that are playing here today obviously qualify for the main masters. How many players qualify?
Oh, there's quite a few, yeah. There's quite a few from our club as well. About 12 players, I think it is, if I can remember correctly. And yes, the greens look lovely here. And we've just arrived, as you know. And we're coming to support. That's all I can say at the moment.
I suppose as the selectors you can't really say too much about your selection criteria policies, but as we say, the quality of the bowlers look really good of who's playing today. Have you got any, are you picking any favourites you predict to go through in the different sections? Is that unfair to ask you?
At the moment it's not easy. I watched it on not easy game.
I think after Ferris' 21-5 win against Jason, that must put him right up there, and I think Gerard beating Kieran is also one of the bigger games on the thing this morning.
I think they the two that you can actually look at. That's what I believe.
I suppose after this morning's games, the second game might give us a better picture, but as you know, seconds on the day, anyone can win. I see Gerard's playing Dylan at the end over there, and you give Gerard a hard time. Maybe Dylan can cause an upset.
Dylan's a good player, good youngster, plays in under 35s, district side, and yes, I think he could give Gerard a hard time there. Good outsider.
Yeah, I don't want to say I expected more from him, but I did. He played against Paul from Southbrook this morning. It actually just had far too much from him. I did expect Dylan to give him a bit more of a go, but like you know, on singles, on the day and on the game, fighting with the conditions and the surface. So hopefully he can get a bit better.
You know, being a youngster, but that's for all of us. First time he's playing in the pre-masters. You are a bit shaky and nervous, and you always want to do well, and that's when you try and do too much, or try to do much, and you don't do well. But a lot of games to go.
I think Julie's just really played a good shot. She's managed to get second shots out of it. Charmaine's still holding. Yeah, I think it's important what you say, Andre. Jason and Dylan are the two youngsters in the section, and it is their first time. I suppose we do have to give them credit when it's due for qualifying and making it, but there are going to be nerves, and they probably are going to struggle initially at this standard and this quality of player that they're up against.
Standard here is high. Come and watch. People must come and look and watch everything on TV. The bowls, what I've seen so far, has been very good.
Thank you, Andre. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You
like
too.
Andre says, get down, come and watch the bowls, come join us. It's very difficult to only watch the one game on the TV. Yeah, you can come and see there's 12 games on the go, men and women, and we expect the quality to be of a really high standard.
That's it, and if you come down you can support your player, come and watch them play, give them a bit of a clap and a hand. I'm sure they'd like all the support they can get. Looks like Charmaine is holding.
Taking a commanding 5-0 lead. I think Julie just needs to settle, that's all she needs to do. Maybe just a bit of nerves as well, her first time in the Prelim Masters. like our selector Andre Malgi did say there, it's not easy to just pick up in your first Prelim Masters and just turn it on from the word go. There's a lot of nerves and things like that that come into play, so I'm sure of the quality of a player that she is, she'll settle down shortly. Tim, tell us about playing on the TV ring. Does it affect your nerves?
It didn't really affect me, but I guess I've also had the experience of doing it a couple more times. I was on the TV rink previously, I think at the districts once or twice, and then I've been on the TV rink last year for, I think it was the KBA pairs final, and then I've been on the TV rink also 3 times this year, so it doesn't really bug me anymore. I think also when you have a crowd around, you also learn to zone out and try and block out all the noise, and that does the same with the TV ring. Pretty much the same.
Thank you for your kind words, Anthony. Card from the Banners Rest. Supporting Amelia. I think Leonie did win her first game from that side of the world. Hope you guys enjoy the commentary. It's not your usual voice of Kieran on the commentary, but we'll try our best. We've never done this before, but we'll see if we can keep you all entertained at home.
Okay, Julie with a much better start there. Took advantage of Charmaine being about a meter away from the head, giving herself a good guide to keep applying the pressure. Charmaine's coming down, looks to be just under the line on this ring, and she's going to slide just through. Sorry, the camera's resetting itself just a fraction, but as you can see, she slid through the port and finished just a half a meter behind.
Like Julie's on a good line here.
Yeah, looks like she's finding the ditch hand compared to our first game.
How's the weight?
Okay. Sounds back. Sorry, everybody.
Surprising Charmaine changed her hand there.
Yeah, maybe she thought she can just use the side ball that's jack level to get her back to the jack.
First point of the game for Julie.
And it looks like she might get a big number here. She draws another, it's going to be 3.
Well done, Julie.
And she looks good. That's going to be 3, straight back in the game after 4 ends. Cassidy Martin's taken a big lead already early against Amelia. She's looks to be 6-0 up after 4 ends.
Definitely 3 to Julie.
Our marker is Johan Labuskakni from Umdoni.
Bruce Miller playing against Pharaoh, 2 Riverside players playing against each other on B green. It looks like Bruce Miller's 5 feet up after 6 ends. Bruce Miller was well up against Dumasani in the first game, and Dumi came right back at him, didn't allow Bruce to score a game and won the game 21-19. A pretty good start by Julie, just about a half a meter short.
Charmaine looks like she's on a good line. Just looks like she's gonna pull through the head. Just a fraction heavy.
It's all weight related, yeah. The girls are playing with a good line. They're fighting the weights a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully they settle down now into a good rhythm. Once they've started finding the weight line, the weight will always come, as you know.
Yeah, Charmaine's played a good one. I think that's the shot, probably about half a metre behind the head. Julie's changed her hand. She's going to play the forehand.
Yeah, probably looks good to sit the ball if you're just a fraction heavy.
Just over it.
Yeah, gives herself a good guard for her next ball.
It's important for Charmaine to put the pressure here. It's another one close, so tucks the jack away. Julie's under a lot of pressure.
She didn't look like she got that away well at all. Yep, falling well short.
Yeah, Julie can play a big shot here. If she turns Charmaine's ball out a couple of yards, she can make 3.
Oh,
brilliant effort.
what a try. If she got a little slide, she would have been smiling to home.
Looks like she's on a fair line.
Oh, just the weight. She does want to play herself out.
She's playing it fair. Good drawing weight. We don't know if that's got anything to do with the wind gusting. She was holding the shot. Maybe someone should tell her.
I think it goes back to our normal query, is you can ask the marker questions, but our players seem to tend to prefer not really to get an understanding of the head.
So Charmaine 5-3 up after 4 ends.
I don't think our marker did the board. I think it's 6-3. I think our
6-3.
marker skipped the board.
Okay, 6-3. 5 ends.
Looks like Mark is asking about the length to see if it's a legal length.
If I was a betting man, I'd say that's short. What do you say, Timmy?
Looking from here, I'd say it's short. It's 3 up and about 2 of, obviously Mr. Han's got some big steps in him, but
He's got to line it up first though, eh?
correct. But I looks about half a meter short from here.
Tell me what he's doing with his board. Oh, right, okay.
I don't know what he's doing.
Never seen that before.
That's new to me. Next door we've got Cassidy. She's drawn 2 great shots, holding 2, 6-1 up in her game. And Amelia is trying hard to draw. She's just struggling with her weight again.
Okay, so short it is. Another bet won. Thanks, Howard. Cassidy's really playing well on rink number 2. He's just so consistent. Every ball within a meter, half a meter, putting Amelia under pressure.
Amelia has to try and save with her last ball. She's definitely 3 down at the moment. All on the weight.
I think she's done it. Good effort, Amelia.
Cassidy is shot down, so Amelia played a good shot with her last to take the pressure off. Cassidy's trying to think of which hand to play, to try and sit the ball out the head or trail the jack.
So Charmaine just running a couple of meters with her first ball. Really persisting with the ditch hand. And it looks like she's going to be slightly under it. Just from the hand, just narrow. So that's the trouble with this ditch hand. If you don't take the grass, you're going to get punished.
Charmaine's now swapped hands. Oh wait, sorry, not swapped hands. She's also been playing the ditch hand. Just gonna look to be probably a bit heavy and fly right through. So as we can see, Charmaine was quite consistent, but still a meter plus behind the jack. Judy's just got an open draw to try and draw for 2.
Well, no, she gives it the extra bit of line, and you've got to just hope it comes back. So for me, I just don't understand why they're going to fight the difficult hand. But sitting here, it's easier said than done. But I'm just hoping at some point someone's going to realise.
Yeah, I think if you go back to it, like I said, we've had enough games streamed on the ring. If you watch the games, generally you could tell that the ditch hand was a bit more difficult. Your weight can be good, and you can fall a meter, half a meter, either side of it, and you're still far away. Charmaine drew a good shot there. She's now got shot.
Commentator's curse as you commentate about the KK. If you she draws a good one on it. It's not easy, as you can see. Charmaine's going to try it again, and fortunately, she's not going to take the grass. She's going to be punished.
Yeah, looks like she dropped a bit of both weight and line. So Charmaine's holding the one. Judy to play her last, coming down to try and probably just play on the draw. Looks on a fair line, but a very big gust of wind across the green maybe slowed it up just that fraction. Charmaine's definitely holding the shot.
Okay, 7-3, Charmaine. Let's look what's happening next door.
Cassidy's 6-2 down. 6-2 up, apologies.
Against Amelia.
Then we've got Hans 6-2 down against Kieran.
Mari 8-1 up. Who's she playing against? Elise Duvenacher. Peter's 4-2 up against Hans. Carrot's 9-5 up against Dylan. So Carrot back nicely there. I see Dylan had him under pressure in the first half of the game, but Dylan's really under pressure now. Carrot's putting all his balls close. Right, so Charmaine opting to play truer hand now. It does seem to be quicker coming down, so I just hope she can control her weight with this wind gusting. Oh, there it just runs through. So there's definitely the wind is becoming a factor in this game. I just hope the players can adjust quicker and settle down. Like Julie's playing the ditch hand. She's picked a fair line. And her weight's pretty okay, just a meter through the head. She can play the forehand, hoping to see if she can adjust her weight. Her line was pretty good. Still just not adjusting, running through 2 meters. And we all know singles is a cruel game. You fail on one end and you fall down and you got to fight back. He's done all the hard work now. He doesn't want to let it slip here. Julie's put one short and pretty much just in her eye, but Charmaine's not changing her hand. Let's see if she can correct the weight.
A couple of updates from the B green. Dumasani's 6-5 up on Simon. Ferro's 7-5 up on Bruce. Steffi is 7-0 up on Alida. Jason is 10-6 up on Pierre. And Leonie is losing 6-2.
Wow, that's a turn up for the books. Jason on Pierre 10-0. The club champion, Jason the youngster, just having quite a bad defeat against Ferro. But obviously had a little talking to himself after the game, and he's come to fight. He's here to win. Good for him.
Okay, I see on our streaming rink, Charmaine's been battling a little bit with her first three with her weight, but she looks to have corrected well with her last ball when it counted most.
Like she's drawn the shot.
Yeah, Charmaine drew the shot when the pressure was on. Judy can now play a good shot, either sit the ball or roll hers up for one.
Oh, Charmaine corrected nicely. 3 balls consistently 2 meters through, and then corrected it to save the. Or say you don't want to drop numbers in swings.
That's it. A 4 would have brought Julie right back into the game.
It could be the shot.
Looks like it. We'll see what the marker says. Guy likes keeping us all in suspense.
He says it looks like Julie's ball, but doesn't want to make the call. He's very professional in his marking abilities today.
Tell me, for markers, are you in favour of markers saying if they, obviously sometimes people ask if it's a shot and they say measure. Do you like if they tell you whose favour it's in?
Well, it's an argument that's been going on for generations, I suppose. But myself, I want the umpire or the marker to make a decision. I don't want to have to walk to the head after my third ball. If it's close and they make a mistake, I'll forgive them. You'll never hold it against them. But it definitely changes your shot. I want to know, am I holding or am I not holding? And if it's close, just make a decision and say, well, it's in favour of your ball. And then you can make up your mind and play it as if it's down. But definitely make a decision.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I like to have that little bit of clarity. When it's close like that, if they say it's in your favour, then it gives you a little bit of an indication. You'll never hold it against them if they've made a mistake. Obviously, if it's 30 centimetres difference and they're not making a call, then it gets a bit on your nerve, should I say. I tend to do a lot of going before. I always ask the marker, but now I tend to do a lot more running up to the head or following my third ball down.
It really does make a difference, and the newer players don't like going up to the head for some reason. But it's such a distinct difference over 27 or 30 meters, what it looks like from the mat to what it looks like at the head. I genuinely do believe that you should, after your third ball, unless it's, if it's not necessary, don't go, but you should go and have a look and see what's happening.
I agree, and I think it also just calms you down, just that little, especially for me, for the newer bowlers, when they might be a little bit nervous or in two minds or something like that. The walking down to the head, giving yourself that extra 30 seconds or so, especially here when there is a time limit, but it's really not obstructive to the game, and you're not under a shot clock if you're in the PB or somewhere where there's a shot clock. Then rather take those 30 seconds and just process it and play a good shot.
So just getting back to the markers, I have played in a number of competitions, and believe it or not, at a high level at the Nationals. I think the one year I played Grant George in the last 16, and you appreciate the fact that the markers give up their time and they come and help you, and the marker just could not respond to any of my questions. If I asked if I was holding, wouldn't give me an answer, and it does affect the game of play. And it does start getting to you mentally and psychologically and affecting the shots that you play if the marker's getting under your skin. So just one of those things, you just got to hope and pray that you get a marker that's going to do a good job for you and give you all the answers that you're asking them for.
Now, I don't know the rules, but can you ask for another marker in that situation?
I don't know, to be fair, and I think it's something that we should possibly inquire about as experienced bowlers, and I'm sure you could. The 1 year I was marking at the Masters, and I saw Ollie Kutsa chase a certain individual off the green because he didn't like him or didn't like him as a person. I thought maybe the guy was going to cheat. And he, and the next thing you looked and there was another marker standing. I actually had to go and mark the game.
I remember that happened, I think, in the trial ends. He chased the marker off the green in the trial ends and they swapped markers between rinks.
Yeah.
But obviously something like that, like I said, when you discover they can't make a call on who's holding shot, and you generally discover that in the game rather than trial ends. So it would be an interesting discussion to be had. Can you ask for another marker on the rink?
I have seen Eddie Fan as well watch the marker measure the first end. It's time to measure, and if he wasn't happy with the way the marked or measured, he would then decide, okay, well, I'll measure from now on, thank you very much. So it's up to the players. I think they're in charge of the game, and the marker is just there to sort of answer any questions that they may need.
Looks like it was probably 2 to Julie there, bringing the score right back to 7-6. Yeah, like you say, at the end of the day, the marker's there to facilitate the game, not be, we say, front and center, because at the end of the day, the game is about the players on the rink.
Cassidy's taken a commanding A2 lead against Amelia, and she's holding one right behind the jack, so it could possibly be going to 9-2. Amelia doesn't really play a good shot here, she's in trouble.
Yeah, and it looks a bit difficult to get to because Amelia's put a front ball that looks like it blocks any type of controlled shot, so she's got to be perfect on the draw, and she's falling about a meter short.
Okay, back to our main game. 7-5 to Charmaine. Julie's had a hit the backhand. Very good opener. Well done, Julie.
Yep, great start. Pressure's on from the get-go. Charmaine's opted for her forehand.
I just seem to think that she's struggling with her weight on that hand for some reason. I'm not sure if it's got anything to do with the gust of the wind blowing from corner to corner and it just catches it in this little area here.
I think it's probably stemming from trying to play both hands. So
Playing around the clock.
that's it, and swapping all the time between hands and not just settling on a hand and putting the pressure on. When you're trying to find it on two hands, you know what it's like.
Yeah, I know. In singles, this is what I see. It's the same as being a lead at the end of the day. We try and tell our lead, stick to one hand up and down, through thick and thin. Even if a player gets the ball there first, stick to your hand, get it close, get us a good second. And singles should be played the same way. Just get it close, get us a good second, get it close, and then never dropping more than ones or twos. That's my opinion anyway. Others would beg to differ. But certain individuals by the name of Terence McGlynn driving from the second ball.
But that's easy to do when you're so good at driving.
Yeah, I suppose he's got the ability to have a full whack and in the next one draw it right on top. And I think maybe that's not the best example for the youngsters out there. The youngsters should be just drawing. And people don't realise when you have a full drive like that, you can tend to lose your weight for the next couple of balls.
Yeah, the hardest skill probably in the book is the draw and the drive right after.
It looks like I'm having a look at the end rink over there. Dylan's holding 3. Carrot's got his last ball.
Carrot's 11-5 up.
Carrot's 11-5 up. He falls.
He's might have drawn shot. He's drawn the shot.
Dylan just thinks he's getting back into the game, and oops, there you go. It's unlucky.
On our streaming rink, looks like Julie played a good ball. She got a toucher and edged the ball closer to Charmaine's. It's hard to see from here who's holding
I'd say
shot.
Charmaine's holding at this stage. I'll be that guy.
You'll be that guy. Charmaine can play a lovely shot here. Just on the
Her
draw,
weight's
she
very
can
good.
draw the shot or get to the back ball. Looks like she's going to be very close.
Yeah, that could be another one. Possibly 2 to Charmaine. Take the score to 9-5 after 9 end.
I think it looks like he's not getting down to mark. To measure.
Julie wants the measure. Her prerogative, she's got the right to ask for it. You think they should have propped the ball now or later?
I think they should prop the ball now because it's not 30 seconds from the last ball.
Looks like it's hanging on a thread as well. Oh, there it goes. He's propped it just.
Interesting so far. Bruce looks like he's beating Ferro 11-7.
That's Steffi 13-0 up.
Yes. Steffi's 13-0 up on a leader.
That's quite a big lead.
And Dumisani's 12-8 up against Simon.
That's going to be a cracker. Good to see Simon back in the bowls. He had taken a bit of a break, him and his wife Mandy, but great to see them both on the bowling green again. Okay, so Julie's just taken a bit of a comfort break. Let's just have a catch up here. Looks like Cassidy Martin's taken an 11-2 lead against Amelia. Amelia just struggling to find her rhythm there, and Cassidy really playing well, so we can't take it away from her. Hans van der Walt is 7-6 down against Kieran Dacey. Can't see what's happening with Paul from South Broom there.
Mari's 10-3 up on Elise.
Maria's 10-3 up on Elise.
Dieter's 9-3 up against
Dieter's 9-3 up against Paul.
Ross, 14-6 up.
Harrod's 14-6 up against Dylan. And in all fairness, I'm watching Dylan here. He's been holding every single end, and Harrod has just turned him over, trailed the jack, drawn the shot, so he's just got too much for the youngster at this stage of the game. Charmaine coming through here, just slightly under it. Well, it's not bad, I suppose, just running a foot or so. Just not finding his ditch and still trying to come to terms with why he's running around the clock. But maybe she'll be able to tell us after the game when we interview her. Well, Julie's short bowl, yeah, it's going to force her to on the good hand. Takes the grass, she should be in the area. And there you go. That's better, Charmaine. Well played.
Then you've got your full update from the bottom green. Dumi is 12-8 up on Simon. Bruce is beating Ferro 13-7. Steffi is 15-0 up on a leader. Jason is 14-7 up on Pierre. And Leonie is 8-7 down.
Well, as we were talking about these hands and how tricky they are, Charmaine decided to change her hand and play two good shots. Very fortunate. On
Got a very lucky result with her last ball. Narrow and heavy, but got the right edge.
Julie could be under a bit of pressure here. Played the tough hand, perfect weight, perfect line. Let's see what
Look,
she
she's playing the very difficult hand, playing the ditch hand. Don't really see a shot on the ditch hand, to be quite
but
honest with you.
She's played a positive shot. She's attacking the jack.
But don't you then rather see it on the backhand, because the close ball is...
Those for the players, they're going to make up their minds. Charmaine's got an open draw now, even at the air. Good weight she should be counting.
Looks like she'll definitely be in for a third shot.
Yeah, well done. 3 to Charmaine. He's got another ball. He's going to play the forehand to try and cut it down. He's played a very good shot, yeah. Well done, Julie.
She got third shot out of it, so Charmaine will take an 11-5 lead.
So what are the events coming up? I think the last competition of the year is obviously the Masters. Winner of this going to play in the Masters, and then it's us done for the year. I don't know if the Sevens.
I think there's the Sevens is the last team competition that's remaining. So would be the Sevens and the Masters, the last two that count for Club of the Year. And then I believe KBA will be done until probably January, February for mixed pairs.
I don't think so.
I'm not sure if the calendar changed.
I think it is. I think it's going to change because of the heat at that time, January, February, that we have down here at the South Coast. We want to try and move the mixed pairs to later on, sort of March, April. I know we played it a couple of years ago and we had a few of our players falling down just because of the heat. It was too hot at that time of the year. And we do have an elderly sort of... the players are not so young anymore, some of them, so it's not easy to play in the heat. So just to make it fair, just put it later on in the year.
Well then, what are they going to bring up in the calendar, do you know?
No idea.
I believe our league has been moved further back.
Same
so
thing.
May somewhere around there.
Same thing, we're going to have a winter league as opposed to a summer league. Once again, also we used to have it through October, November, rest December, January, then beginning February, but also very, very hot at that time of the year. Especially now that they've changed the format to 2 games a day. Very difficult for some of the players to last the whole day in the heat.
Yeah, I think it's right that we probably worry a bit more about player safety than we did before. Unfortunately, our bowls population isn't getting any younger at the moment, so we've got to be very mindful of circumstances on the green, and our climate also. It's getting hotter every year.
You mentioned about Club of the Year. Do you know any of the updates of who's in the running and who's
The
not?
Bell is first at the moment. I think they between 6 and 8 points ahead of Riverside being second. Kieran actually has an update on Kingfisher's website, so if you ever want to look, kingfisherba.co.za I think it is, and you can always have a look.
Okay, so sorry, we just disappeared for a second there. Yeah, so would the sevens make a difference and the masters make a difference to those points?
Yes, both would. Obviously, depends how many sides you enter into the sevens. Generally, the ball does very well at the sevens. I think Riverside also did reasonably well last year, with one win and I think a silver or bronze. So yeah, all to play for when there's 8 points difference. I think in our league you get 10 for first, 6 for second, and 3.5 for or 4 for third or fourth split. So yeah, whoever does well in the last two.
So with yourself and Terence winning the pairs, does that not put us closer to the bell, the Riverside closer to the bell?
That's already been taken into account. That's what probably pulled us closer back into it. I think before that we were on 60 odd where the bell was on over 80. So we got into the 70s after that result. And I think Terence got bronze in the Champ of Champs, so he got another 3.5 points for the club, which also closed it a bit because I don't think the bell placed in the Champ of Champs.
Okay, so all to play for in the sevens. I know that the Riverside selectors will be sitting a couple of weekends or weeks, should I say, and picking that sevens team. I'm sure they'll pick a really strong team to go and try and win that, try and defend their club of the year and make it 3 years in a row. Right, getting back to the bowls, 12-5 to Charmaine. Cassidy Martin has taken a commanding 15-2 lead against Amelia.
And she's drawn a front toucher with her first ball.
Oh wow, she really is playing well, putting Amelia under pressure.
Then we've got 8 all in the Hans Kieran game. So Hans has now brought it back to level. Then we've got 11-4 to Mari against Elise. Looks like on the end Dylan's also trying to come back just a fraction. He's now 15-9 down, so he's picked up a couple of shots and looks to be holding at the moment. And then the one rink we can't see is Peter and Paul. Dieter and Paul are 10-6. Dieter's winning at the moment.
It's like Pharaoh's 17-0 up.
Pharaoh's 13-8 down.
Who's that?
That's
Steffi.
Alida
It's Steffi
and
Alida.
Steffi.
Okay.
Steffi's unfortunately piling on the pressure against Alida. Alida obviously just battling a little bit under the conditions, and she's 17-0 down now. Pharaoh's having a toughie after his big win in his first game. He's losing at the moment to Bruce Miller.
What's the score there?
Bruce is winning 14-8. And then we've got Dumi still up on Simon, but Simon's giving it a good go. It's now only 12-10, so the gap is narrowing.
Wayne's really putting the pressure on you. She plays a good shot on her forehand. Put the pressure on Julie. Now let's see if she's going to finish. Just not quite reaching, but I think she could well be counting.
It definitely looks like 2 at the moment. Julie is playing her backhand, and
I think she's just slightly under the line from the hand, so she's just going to slip past.
unfortunately probably just trying to chase to trail the jack. Problem is it leaves it wide open for Charmaine to draw a third.
I think she's just got to match those back bowls. She covers the back bowls, she's done really well, but she's playing with good weight. She's made it very difficult now. She gets a little touch on that ball and she turns it over. Very difficult.
It's only thing is, it's if Julie does decide to change her hand, she's got a little bit of a winger to ride off back to the jack, but in these conditions it's very difficult to get your weight perfect to.
A really good shot, yeah.
She has opted to go onto her forehand to try ride the ball back to the jack.
She's in the area, she's put her on a good line. Oh, there she comes down. With good weight.
Good
to
weight.
reach the head and just going to slip through the hole. What a fabulous try, but unfortunately still 3-2 Charmaine.
That's
so
just a ball or two narrow, unfortunately, and goes away for no result. Now a 9-shot difference in the game. Lead is opened up a little bit more for Charmaine. If she keeps piling on the pressure with the first ball, it's going to make it very difficult for Julie to come back.
Yeah, she's really putting Julie under pressure now with that first ball. So 14-5. Cassidy 16-2 up. Huss and Kieran having a great game there. They 8 all after 10. Tussle against those guys. Kieran is winning currently, but Hunt's not far behind, just about an inch away. Dylan's fighting back by the looks of it.
15-10. Both had a bit of an errant start with their first balls, so Dylan's got another opportunity to draw close and put the pressure back on.
Charmaine has decided to throw the jack in the ditch, which means Julie's bringing the mat up. Very interesting tactic.
Yeah, I remember earlier Charmaine lost the jack and I think Julie tried to make it long. So now she's opted to make it short and see something else.
Yeah, it's awesome to see different type of tactics as the players dominating the long ends. They try and make it short or vice versa. And then they throw the jack in the ditch.
Well, Julie's got to stop.
She's right on the edge. She's done very well. Well done, Julie.
I think she's probably hoping that by bringing the mat up she maybe breaks Charmaine's line, give herself a little bit of a chance.
Not a bad tactic, you know. You've seen that Charmaine's been a meter or two heavy on this, I mean on the swinging hand. Let's see if she corrects. She's going to correct that. I think her weight looks good. It's probably just a meter behind.
As we've seen, that's probably a pretty good start. Julie looks like she's good out the hand, going to be fairly close.
Oh, just missing the jack, running through also just over a meter. Taking your time, maybe the wind affecting it a little bit, just taking a little deep breath. I think she's just hasn't quite hit it. I don't know, I can't judge from the weight. Just falling a little bit short.
Yeah, weight wasn't too bad, just a little bit under it.
No.
Wind's picking up again. I don't know if you can hear it in the background. Gusting, as we say, right across the green toward the clubhouse.
Definitely affecting the speed. Quicker coming down, as you can see the players. Just as they get to the jack, it just moves a little bit. Good try, Julie.
It's a good look for shot. I think that last ball probably is definitely number one now.
Last ball.
Yeah, last ball the shot. Looks like she's delivered that nicely. Definitely not going to be short.
If she gets a piece of the jack, she'll be very happy.
That's a great ball. Well played, Charmaine.
Yeah, fantastic. Definitely made two of it. Maybe even look for another.
I think the short comes in. I think Julie's jack level will probably be third shot.
Again, ladies, don't ask the questions.
I want to talk. She's coming down with a bit too much weight, unfortunately. Going to miss everything. So this is an important end. Charmaine picks up 2 or 3 here. She's close, within touching distance of finishing it up. Put Julie under lots and lots of pressure. definitely getting her quicker than she should be.
Sits her own ball. She's pretty good. Again, no indication of how many shots she's holding. Definitely 2 down.
I think Julie's put that down on a narrow line, unfortunately.
Don't think she's also got any weight, unfortunately.
Right, so that definite 2, I would say, from where we're sitting.
Cleve indicated 4. I think he's a bit pessimistic there. I don't think it's 4 down, but
Cassidy's really given Amelia a run for her money here today.
yeah, unfortunately, it looks like Amelia carried on from the last game where she's just struggling with her weight. Played 1 ball a meter through, 1 ball a meter short, and then the next one 2 or 3 meters through. Unfortunately, just not settling down on the draw.
Oh, she's 4 down, and it looks like she's going to get the shot. Well done, Amelia. What you know.
Cassidy was probably thinking she's sewn up the game because she was holding 4, but Amelia drew shot with her last about 3 or 4 inches from the jack, so she played a cracker.
Great to see the camaraderie amongst the players. Cassidy giving a high five after she is just about to pick up her balls and walk off the green. Amelia draws number 1. Like Steffi and Pat are finished. I don't know what the score was there. Like it's 21-3. Steffi won 21-3. Playing, so who's finished there? There's somebody that's done.
Must be right on the end. We can't see. Must be right on the end where we can't see the score.
We'll come back with that score shortly.
Dumi's now 15-12 up. Bruce is 16-10 up on Ferro.
That would be a big upset if Bruce is beating Ferro.
Yeah, we'll open the section right open again. You want me?
Okay.
Pause, please. I'll just go get it. This one.
It's really just falling about a half a meter behind the jack. Charmaine going to play the forehand. Slightly narrow, but it looks like she's got decent weight. Now that's the shot. Well played. Julie playing the backhand now. She's decided to play the swinger. The weight looks pretty good. Slightly under it, so he's still holding at this stage. Just slightly under it. Let's see her weight. She doesn't want to flick the jack. Oh. Just only about running 2 feet, but just still narrow.
The final update from the B green. Jason is 17-11 up on Pierre. Leonie is 16-8 up on Marlene, and then Rena is beating Erna 7-6.
Nice to see Munster representation here.
Charmaine's holding shot still. Just the one.
This is the fight back from Amelia. This is where it all starts. Like she's trailed the jack to make 2 or 3. I can't.
Looks like 3, I would say. I think you're quite right.
And just dropping it short. Just wants to keep the scoreboard ticking over. She's nearly there.
Amelia is a bit short with her last ball, unfortunately. Cassidy's got a good chance to play a good shot. Either box the jack or sit on shot ball.
Having a look at it, she's definitely not going to be short.
She's going to not die wondering, that's for sure.
Oh, look at Julie coming down here. Very close to the jack. Just going to flick it, unfortunately, to Charmaine's ball.
Looks like 2 to Charmaine now. So that's going to be a 19-5 lead.
Great shot from
Cassidy probably got second shot. Played with a bit of weight and hit her short ball up for, looks like, second. I guess it's now or never for Julie. You've got to start winning some ends, stringing a few together, try and get back in the game. It's obviously going to be very difficult to pull back a 14-shot lead.
Yeah, like we said earlier, anything's possible. I mean, you've just got to get your head down. One shot an end. Don't need more than that. You know, I suppose there is a time limit, but take it one shot at a time. You can't be looking to make 3s and 4s and trailing the jack, because if you miss, the game's over. $19.5.
Looks to be a great start from Charmaine.
She really is finding it now with longer length.
And she finishes about 30 centimeters just over from the jack. Pressure's on, like you say, from the get-go.
100% forcing Julie to play the difficult hand once again. Let's see what's happened. She's given it good air, but now the trouble is on that outside line, if you give it, you go too wide, it's not coming back. And it seems to be a bit heavier out there, so let's have a look. Unfortunately, it's not coming back there, Julie.
Yeah, she's at least 1.5 meters short and way outside the line. Like we said, very, very unforgiving.
Charmaine's just going to pile the pressure. She's going to just get them close, let Julie do the hard work. There she goes and plays another good one.
Yep, game down. 3 balls to save.
She's played, looks like she's playing with a little bit of weight here. She's definitely not doesn't want to be short anymore. Unfortunately, when you start chasing and you're missing, just unfortunate she misses it. She's under pressure.
Yep, unfortunately lost her ball in the ditch there. Playing with that extra 2 meters and getting no result because the hole is wide open.
And Charmaine's just playing free ball, good line, good weight. You know, she's come down, she's going to be in the area. Leave the gaps for Julie.
That's it, and just about the saying, Julie, if you want to win, get back in it, you're going to have to just draw one. There's plenty of holes to get through. Julie's coming down. She looks to be very short again with her next ball.
The trouble with the weight, you know, she's trying to drop the first one short, chasing with the second, drop the third one short.
And unfortunately now I think she's just about in her road on that hand if she's playing with that little bit of feeling.
Play it on the proper swinging hand. What Charmaine does, she just needs to get one slightly behind the jack, stay on the green, and she's going to do it. I think she's played a good one there. That's
perfect.
That's
exactly. Right in the area. Any flick of the jack and it just goes against Julie no matter what.
Last ball to save the game. She doesn't look like she's far away.
She's just a fraction heavy. If she doesn't find the jack, she's in a little bit of...
Oh, okay. She's just gone past. Well done, Charmaine van der Westhuizen. Goes through.
And that's a dominant win for Charmaine.
That's a big one.
Gives her a good shot difference very early on in the competition.
Right, we're going to have to, while we're sitting We'll just have to update you on the other scores. It looks like the TV rink has finished first again.
Makes a change. Normally this the TV ring takes the longest. We've got Cassidy leading 20-6, so that one will probably be finished fairly soon as well. Then we've got Hans 10-all against Kieran.
Alita's making a bit of a fight back of there. She's 17-5. It was 17-0, then 17-3, now 17-5.
Yeah. Never say die. That's a great attitude to have. Then we've got Mari's leading her game against. Looks like it's 14-8.
Dylan fighting back against Gerard.
I think he's trying his damnedest.
16-12.
16-12, yeah. He's doing very well. And he's just under half a meter off the jack with his holding, and he's holding shot. Gerard's got one ball to come.
Oh, not the best head I've seen, to be fair.
Nope, and Gerard looks narrow and heavy.
Oh,
So
hey.
there's Dylan 16-13. Looks like he's got a lot of relief on his face after G missed there.
Maybe they're fighting the rink number 6. That's never easy to play on the end rink, but we'll keep the scores coming through and update you as we go along. One day when we're big, we'll have more than one camera.
And then Dieter's up 13-8 on Paul.
We'll try and show you what we can with the one camera view that we've got. But not serious, we'll entertain you. Tim's going to sing us a song soon.
The answer to that question is no. I think like the majority of the planet, the only time I sing is in the shower.
Oh, we've got St. John Root from Riverside asking us to update the scores. We will keep you updated as we go along, St. John. Obviously the TV rink game is all over by the shouting. Well, it's over. Shouting's over. 21-5 to Charmaine. Julie just not finding rink number 1, unfortunately for her. Cassidy is holding 2 good ones. She just needs 1 to win that game. She's 26 up. Tell you, Amelia's got 1 ball to come. Cassidy's holding 3 good ones. So let's see, Amelia's got the last ball. Not easy the way Cassidy's lying it. Amelia's having a bit of a run. I think she's wide. Am I sure? No, she's got it. Well done, Amelia. So, I'm actually not sure who's holding. Cassidy's on 20. Amelia's trailed the jack right through to her bowl, but Cassidy's got a bowl next to that bowl. Give you an update. No, looks like Amelia is holding, so that'll make it 27, and we'll play another end.
Okay, we have a couple of updates from B Green. Dumi is beating Simon 19-13. Ferro is losing 11-17 to Bruce. Steffi is winning 17-6 against the leader. Jason is 18-14 up against Pierre. Leonie is 17-9 up on Marlene. And Erna is now taking the lead in the last game, 9-7 against Reno.
So, Cassidy holding game. 3 crackers right on the jack. Amelia pulls it through. She gets wide. So
Keeps it going.
She is fighting. What a great shot. I actually thought she was wide, but she got back to the jack, trailed it right through. On the other side there, we got Gerard and Dylan 13-16. Looks, can't really tell who's holding.
Looks
from
like
here.
G's might be, it's a good look between G for 1 and Dylan for 1. Dylan, unfortunately,
Just
very
slipped through.
heavy with his last ball.
I was kind of said he just slipped through. You were honest. It's very heavy.
Maybe he was looking to hit Gerard's ball, but Gerard's ball looks like it's at least half a meter away from the jack from here. So probably would have been better just to try and draw it. Gerard's also very heavy with his last. Obviously, nobody there wants to take a hold of the game by the scruff of the neck.
You know, it's either 2 to Gerard or it's 1 to Dylan. I just can't see with the jack level ball there.
Once to Dylan, it looks like. Gerard's conceded. Dylan got out of jail, I'd say.
16-14.
He's fighting back, which is good to see.
1 to Gerard.
Oh, never mind. 1 to G. They don't know how to signal what's going on. Okay, so back to it, 17-13 then. But it's good to see Dylan trying hard, coming back at it.
Yeah, he's fought nicely. The boy has grown up. It's always difficult to control one's emotions when you are down or playing one of the better players in the. But he's grown up, the youngster, and he's doing very well for him. Like you say, first time at the qualifiers, there are going to be nerves. He's settled down and he's playing well now.
On ring 2, it looks wide open still at the moment between Cassidy and Amelia. Amelia has drawn the shot, but she's at least a meter behind. So Cassidy just needs one to win the game.
I think it's going to be a real upset if Bruce beats Ferrer. Or would it be an upset? I don't know.
For me, yes, 100% an upset. I wouldn't say upset because we know Bruce is there or thereabouts all the time. But Ferro, as we said earlier, probably the favourite for the section. If you were a betting man and taking bets, I would have said Ferro would have been odds-on favourites. Then looking at it after that, then Bruce coming into it because he wasn't originally in the draw, I would have said probably between Dumi and Bruce for second in that section. Cassidy's holding shot. She just drew a fantastic ball about 25 centimeters from the jack. Amelia's come down over. And she's
it's game over.
It's game over. She missed.
Cassidy.
So that's rink 1 and 2 over.
Cassidy wins it 21-7. Gives her also a nice little shot difference. She's definitely the most improved bowler this year. I can definitely say, watching her play and growing up, definitely a bowler to look out for the future. But sure she'll be picked for one of the squads, green squads, if she keeps doing what she's doing. Good for her.
Yeah, mentioning squads, obviously announcements come tomorrow after the day's play. I think the winners start somewhere around 2 o'clock, and then I think after 5 they plan to be announcing both the district squads and the Masters players for November.
Yeah, there's some nervous people running around here wondering why they weren't selected to play today. And I think if they're not playing here today, there's a good chance they could already be in the Masters for next week or in the end of November.
End of November, yes.
But either that or they did not qualify. So it could be quite a contentious point of discussion. There's some very unhappy people that they're not playing today. But myself and Tim have discussed it briefly and said, well, if they're not playing today, there's a good chance they could be playing in the main Masters already, qualifying with the points that they have.
This year for the Masters, the criteria has changed. It's not like in the past with the KBA selection. So I think it's thrown a little bit of I won't want to say spanner in the works, but confusion is probably better. It's confused a lot of people. So yeah, like Shane said, there's a lot of people that wonder, are they there or aren't they there? I think it maybe would have been an idea just to be courteous to those that weren't selected and just say, hey guys, you've got the points, so that's got you into the Masters, and that way just stopped a couple of people being a little bit unhappy about not knowing where they stand.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it should maybe just in secret maybe told them, listen, you're in, don't worry about it if you're not picked here. But I think what they've done in changing the selection criteria by sort of, in the old days, if you finished the top 4 of the previous Masters in the section, you were guaranteed your spot for next year. So once you were in the Masters, it was, I don't want to say it was harder to get in than to get out, but you could come 4th in your section 5 years in a row and still be in it. So I think what they've done is now only your winner and your runner-up are guaranteed a spot, and then your winner of the KBA singles and your KBA vets are guaranteed a spot, and thereafter it's down to your points over the last 2 or 3 years. I'm not sure how long the period is.
I believe it's 3 years like most other districts.
And I think that's a much better way of doing it. Obviously doing it along with Jessica Henderson, they've really made a difference in the what they want to do and what they want to achieve for the district, and let's hope it all works out.
Yeah, I think I kind of do agree, because you did get people that would just camp in and be that fourth place and always be guaranteed a master slot, even though they were unlikely to, let's say, make a run and change the numbers a bit. So this way you're at least rewarding your bowlers that are achieving. You want to try and keep them motivated and say, hey, you are achieving something, here you go, you get your shot at the Masters.
You are going to get a lot of new faces. That's the reality, which is good. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I think it's going to be a tougher Masters than in the past. I think you're going to be, it's going to be quite exciting for the guys that are new and getting their first bite at the cherry, as well as the guys that qualify to get their opportunity to go and play in the Masters. It's the most prestigious competition in the KBA calendar, or in any calendar of any district, and it's the best against the best, and that's it.
And I think we must also just say thanks to our new sponsor, Henslite, that's sponsoring the Masters, so it's going to make it even more prestigious for the players.
Henslite have put their hand up. Michelle and Alan and Peter. I know Wayne Rittmiller is also involved at Henslite now. They've put their hand up and said, listen, we'll sponsor your Masters, and I think it's brilliant for them to do that. It just adds so much more prestige to the competition. In the past, that's all you played for, was the prestige. At least you're going to get some prize money or some sort of prize cash reward out of it as well. Hans van der Walt, 11-all. He's having a war with Kieran there.
It was always going to be a ding-dong battle. The battle of the bell.
The battle of the bell. So after 14 ends, I don't know what the time limit is, or how much time is left.
I think they've still got at least another half an hour on the time limit. Probably 45 minutes, so they're well within it.
So just an update on the scores for St. John at home and all the other listeners. I do believe we've got up to nearly 200 people listening in here, 200 viewers.
Mari's 14, 11 up.
Mari is 14, 11 up on Elise.
Paul's 12, 10 up.
Paul is 12, 10 up on Dieter. Paul from South Brim against Dieter from Port Shepstone. 17-15 to Gerard. So Dylan is really fighting back. He's trying his best. And he's holding shot. So good for Dylan. Glad to see the youngster fighting back there. Tim's just going to take a walk and get some updates on the scores. What I can tell you from what I can see here, Bruce Miller is 19-14 up on Ferro. He is holding the shot. Pierre, yes, Pierre, come sit and join me here. Who did you play against, sir?
Jason.
How did you go?
Lost 21-16.
Lost 21-16 to
Yep.
Jason.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've lost one, he's lost one.
Yeah.
It looks like Ferro is playing Bruce. Is he in your section as well?
Yes. Yeah.
So the section's going to be wide open. Everyone's lost the game, so it's all to play for.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for Jason, he's got a 21-5 shot he lost by. Who do you play next?
I'm playing.
Bruce, probably. Or Dubin?
Yeah, Bruce.
Bruce Miller. So you guys really do have a tough section. So, what are the conditions like down there?
Tough. Very tough.
The greens.
I would have said it's not tough if I won.
No, but you're getting affected by the wind?
Yeah, a little bit.
Is it?
A little bit, yeah. But it's the same for everyone.
No, you say that, but I suppose both playing with arrows, so it's not much of a difference. We've watched 2 games on the A-rink here, and you can see that the arrows are getting a bit blown around a bit more than the older bowls. But anyway, good luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you,
here.
Shaky.
Good man.
Thanks, man.
It looks like Gerard did pick up on the last end. I don't know how many, but he has picked up the jack. Looks like Bruce Miller's holding game against Ferro. Ferro's got the last ball. Looks like he's drawn the shot. Well played, Ferro. Ferro's drawn the shot.
So just an update there. Ferro was game down, and he drew the shot with his last ball to save. So a quick update, I'll give you that score first. It's going to be 19-15 to Bruce. Then Dumi won his game 21-13 against Simon. Steffi beat a leader. I don't have the score there.
Jason beat Pierre 21-17. Leonie's 20-13 up, and then Erna is 11-9 up against Rena.
Steffi beat the leader 21-7. Yeah, that is such a close game. 11 all after 15 ends. 1-1, 1-1. Okay, so Hans got a 1, so that's 12-11 to Hans.
I think we need to, for that game, petition the bell to put in some lights.
Hello Jay, how are you, bud? Come sit
Can
and
you
join
yourself?
us here in the commentary box. Who did you play against?
Pierre Kutzer.
Tell us, how was the game?
That was definitely a 1-for-1 game. It was very intense, constantly taking off each other.
You said that the wind did have a slight effect on the balls. How did it affect you?
Honestly, my balls bent more in areas that I thought would be pushed by the wind. It did not get pushed by the wind.
Okay. All right, Jay, well done. Who do you play next?
I play Bruce Miller next.
So Pierre will play Bruce Miller and you play Bruce Miller. I'm sure
Yeah.
you can both beat him. Good luck.
Thank you.
I'd like to welcome Cassidy Martin to the commentary box. Cassidy,
Hello.
well done.
Thank
To the mic, my dear. Tell us
Okay.
about the game.
It was a good game. Amelia couldn't find it. I found it. Just like
But you played very well. You've played. Who did you play the first game?
I played Julie Walker,
Julie Walker. So who's next on the list?
Elise.
Elise. So I suppose that's the big one. You beat Elise, and then you just need to win one tomorrow to play in the final.
Yeah.
Okay, well done, Cassidy. Good luck
Thank
for the
you.
rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
Okay, so they figured it out. Jason is playing Sam and Bruce playing Pierre.
Dylan looks like he's in a bit of strife now. 18-15 down, but he's 2 down on the head. 2 balls to save. Oh, he's went through the hole, missed the jack. Sat his ball, he might actually now be 3 down.
Harold's got the last ball to tuck it away.
Dylan has the last ball, actually.
Ball to tuck it away. Harold's last ball.
He looks like he's definitely piling it in. Okay, so all on the last ball for Dylan.
Hey, this is it. Duck or no dinner, as they say.